The illusion of scale. For decades, the standard metric of a startup's success was headcount. Founders bragged about hiring their 100th employee, office spaces expanded to accommodate growing departments, and venture capitalists poured money into companies specifically to fund rapid hiring sprees. This paradigm assumed that scaling revenue required scaling labor. However, in the modern technology landscape, massive headcounts are increasingly viewed not as assets, but as liabilities. High headcount introduces organizational friction, cultural dilution, and severe cash burn. Historically, we saw early signs of this shift with Instagram's acquisition for $1 billion with only 13 employees, and WhatsApp's purchase for $19 billion with 55. Today, the trajectory is moving toward an even more extreme endpoint. With modern computational leverage, the relation between labor and output has been completely severed, raising a highly plausible scenario. The next billion-dollar enterprise may operate with fewer people than a local coffee shop. The AI coworker revolution. The primary catalyst for this shift is the transition from software as a tool to software as a collaborator. Traditionally, software required human input to function. A developer had to write the code, a marketer had to write the copy, and a customer service representative had to respond to tickets. Today, generative artificial intelligence and autonomous agents are capable of executing these operational tasks with minimal human oversight. A single engineer equipped with advanced AI coding assistants can write, test, and deploy code at a velocity that previously required an entire department. Marketing campaigns can be programmatically generated, optimized, and adjusted in real time by algorithmic systems. Customer support queues are managed by conversational models that possess deep product knowledge and resolve queries instantaneously. By offloading highly repetitive cognitive labor to autonomous systems, a tiny team can maintain operational capacity that matches, or even exceeds, that of a mid-sized legacy corporation. The infinite leverage of API infrastructure. Building a startup no longer requires constructing infrastructure from scratch. The modern internet is built on a modular ecosystem of application programming interfaces, or APIs. If a startup needs to process global payments, they do not build a billing system. They integrate Stripe. If they need communication capabilities, they use Twilio. For cloud computing and data storage, they rely on Amazon Web Services. And for intelligence layers, they plug into OpenAI or Anthropic. This plug-and-play architecture means that the complex, heavy plumbing of a global technology business is outsourced to specialized, multi-billion-dollar entities. The startup's role is reduced to orchestration, assembling these existing, highly optimized building blocks into a unique, value-generating sequence. Because these external platforms handle scaling, security, and compliance automatically, a 3-person team can serve millions of global users without ever maintaining a single physical server. The death of coordination headwinds. In organizational psychology Brooks, law states that adding manpower to a late software project makes it later. This is because communication overhead grows exponentially with every new hire. In a team of 3 people, there are only 3 communication channels to manage. In a company of 100 people, that number explodes to nearly 5,000 unique channels. This complexity manifests as endless meetings, alignment sessions, performance reviews, and bureaucratic gridlock. Decisions that should take minutes drag on for weeks. By restricting the core team to 3 individuals, coordination headwinds are virtually eliminated. The team can pivot instantly, make decisions in real time, and maintain absolute strategic alignment without the need for middle management or formal corporate processes. They move at the speed of thought, leaving slower, larger competitors struggling to approve basic product updates. The three-person dream team. If a billion-dollar company can run with only 3 people, the composition of that team must be exceptionally precise. The first role is the systems architect, an engineer who does not just write code, but designs the data pipelines and manages the network of AI agents that keep the platform running. The second is the growth and distribution specialist, an individual who designs programmatic marketing engines, optimizes organic distribution channels, and leverages automated tools to acquire users at scale. The third is the product visionary, who focuses on user experience, strategic partnerships, and high-level capital allocation. In this model, there are no pure managers or administrators. Every team member is an active producer who understands how to manage systems, rather than managing people, allowing them to maintain maximum operational leverage. The marginal cost of replication, 0. Traditional businesses are constrained by the physical laws of marginal cost. To sell another car, a manufacturer must buy more steel and pay more factory workers. Even traditional software companies face costs related to hiring customer success agents and sales teams to support new enterprise clients. The solo unicorn model, however, operates with a marginal cost of replication that approaches absolute 0. Because the software delivery, server scaling, billing, and customer support are completely automated, serving the 1 millionth customer costs virtually the same as serving the first. This dynamic allows the startup to capture unprecedented profit margins, often exceeding 90%. The capital generated does not need to be reinvested into payroll, allowing the founders to reinvest heavily in product development, strategic acquisitions, or simply retain the profit as pure equity. The vulnerability of legacy tech giants. This shift presents a severe structural threat to established technology giants. Companies with tens of thousands of employees are built on legacy management structures. They have layers of vice presidents, directors, and managers whose primary job is internal coordination. These organizations are highly resistant to adopting AI systems that threaten to make their own job descriptions obsolete. A 3-person startup, unencumbered by legacy systems, corporate politics, or the need to protect existing headcount, can deploy new technologies instantly. They can target highly profitable niches of a tech giant's product line and build a superior, lower-cost alternative. Because their overhead is practically non-existent, they can underprice legacy competitors while maintaining superior profitability, systematically disrupting industries that were once considered safe from external competition. Preparing for the solo unicorn era. As we enter this new era, the path to building a high-impact startup is being entirely rewritten. The goal is no longer to build an empire of people, but an empire of systems. To prepare for this landscape, founders must transition their mindset from labor management to systems orchestration. Success will belong to those who can design elegant workflows, integrate disparate APIs, and direct autonomous agents with high precision. By learning to operate with extreme leverage, the entrepreneurs of tomorrow will prove that influence, market reach, and financial valuation are no longer determined by how many people you employ, but by how effectively you leverage the systems you build.